it fun? Living in the real world. It ain't good being all alone. Where you from? You might be the one who's running things. Well, you can ring it about this bell to get what you want. See, it's easy to ignore trouble when you're living in your bubble. So what are you gonna do when the world's on orbit around you? So what are you gonna do when nobody wants to fool with you? Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. Ain't it good being all alone? Ain't it good to be on your own? Ain't it fun you can't count on no one? Ain't it good to be on your own? Ain't it fun you can't count on no one? Ain't it fun living in the real world? Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Ain't it fun? Baby, now you're one of us.
Alrighty, good morning, Amy and Andrew up front with me. How you guys doing? Good. Where are you guys from? Birmingham, UK. Alright, nice. Is it too loud for you? It's pretty loud, huh? Yeah. I have noise canceling headsets. I can hear you guys typically. Unless my radios are going real loud in the back and then I can't hear you. Bogdanka, Matthias, and Edward back there. How you guys doing? Good. Where are you guys from? Switzerland. Nice. Well, welcome aboard. Anybody's first time on a helicopter? Show me hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, and me, 5. Anybody nervous? A little bit? Should have been drinking. You're in Vegas. It's okay to drink early in the morning. I've been already. I'm Jim. I'll be your pilot, tour guide, and host along the way. You guys should have seen a safety video on the van ride over. Yes? All right, perfect. Any questions on the safety video? No? All right, good. Take pictures, make memories with your phones as long as they're in the airplane mode, and we are making a movie. Everything on this screen, there's a camera inside and 3 outside, and everything in your headsets will be on a movie that will be available for purchase at the end. There are air conditioning vents above you in the back, right here above you, and then those two, and then right here and right here. So make them comfortable for yourselves. I see I got a fellow Miami Dolphins fan on board. Yeah, little boy. All right. I got to talk to the airport. I'll be back with you guys momentarily. Sit back, relax, and I'll be back with you. Enjoy the flight. Here we go. All right, back with you guys. Look out to your right. Coming into view, the beautiful city of Boulder City, Nevada. Boulder City created in the 1930s by the federal government, and when the government built Boulder City, well, they built that city, they built that city on rock and roll. Yeah, thanks for singing with me. They didn't really, though. They built the city as a non-gambling, non-drinking city because they were the city to build the Hoover Dam. Since they built the dam, they didn't want the dam workers to go home, spend their damn money drinking and gambling. They knew the wives would be mad. They'd go to the dam and push the workers over. There'd be no more dam workers, and that'd be a problem. It's the only non-gambling city left in the state. Over there to your left, the Cascada Golf Course hidden in the hills. It's hard to see even from above. $600 to play golf there. Caesars Entertainment owns the course, so if you win a lot of money there, they'll let you play for free. Lots of trails here in the mountains. You can go hiking and mountain biking. Some of the best hiking and mountain biking trails here on the west coast of the U.S. And there's a zip line course through the mountains up there. It starts at the top, and then there's a few platforms that you land on the way down. A lot of fun. It's about a mile and a half or 2 kilometers for the whole course. So it's a pretty long adventure, about 3 to 4 hours out there. Owned by Flight Lines. So if you ever wanted a zip line, I think they got a night thing they do during the summer with like little glow sticks and stuff. Beautiful view of the Vegas Valley. Lost Wages, Nevada. We'll come through these mountains here. Hopefully we'll get a glimpse of a bighorn sheep or a mountain goat. As we do see them sometimes up here on the mountains, they like to hang out here and look at the lake. Big lake there in front of us. That lake is Lake Mead. It's there because of the Hoover Dam, built as the Boulder Dam by the city on our right. Renamed in honor of President Herbert Hoover as the Hoover Dam in the 1940s. Since they named it after a president, that means if you're a president and you do good things, they'll name things after you. So I'm hoping maybe one day I could be a president. They'll name a dam after me. It'll be the Jim Dam, and if you're ever mad at me, you'll just say, "Damn it, Jim." The dam does make power for Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. That's its primary purpose. And it makes water for Las Vegas. 90% of the water going to Vegas is coming out of the lake. So as we look around the lake, we see the boats. You go back to the hotel later to take a shower. Think about that. Think about this song while the water's trickling down your face. Rubber ducky, you're the one. I hope nobody peed in the lake today just for fun. We'll go check out the Hoover Dam and Memorial Bridge. They're up here on the left in just a moment. Building a new road right here. They're cutting through the mountains. It's going to join up over there, go all the way around. It's to go around the Boulder City. Probably another year or so till it's done. Coming into view off the left front, the Memorial Bridge and the Hoover Dam. The Memorial Bridge is the largest arch bridge in the world, 886 feet tall, about 275 meters tall. It was built after the 9/11 attacks as a bypass to the Hoover Dam. After 9/11, the government was afraid somebody'd blow the dam up, so they started inspecting every vehicle crossing the dam, which was creating huge traffic lines until that bridge was completed. The bridge completed, the traffic went away, because if you go over the bridge, you do not get your vehicle inspected for bombs. If you go over the dam, you still do. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Directly behind that big bridge is the 240-meter, 735-foot tall Hoover Dam. Built in 1931, completed in 1935. Made of solid cement. They used enough cement building the dam, it is said, You could stretch the cement out and make a 2-lane cement highway. Stretch it from New York City, New York to San Francisco, California. Coast to coast across the United States. That's a lot of damn cement. Took 9 years for them to completely fill the lake up when the dam was completed in 1935. 1935 to 1944. 9 years a long damn time, and that's my last damn joke because they get really damn old. If you look around the lake, you see that white line. That's the high water mark. That's where the water level's supposed to be. You can see we're nowhere close to that white water mark. We're about 140 feet, or about 40 meters low right now. It's the lowest the lake's ever been in history, except for when it was filling up. So we're running out of water, which means when you come back to Vegas the next time, there might not be any water for you guys to take a shower. So bring champagne so you can take a champagne shower and call it a celebration. When we cross the lake, we're going to leave Nevada and head into Arizona, the Grand Canyon State. So welcome yourselves to the Grand Canyon State of Arizona. The state border is right down below us in the middle there. Never been to a volcano before? Today's your lucky day, because right there is a volcano. That's why it's getting dangerous. That volcano erupted 3 weeks ago, so hopefully it won't erupt while we're flying by today. But don't worry, if it does erupt, we have equipped the helicopter with a volcano sensing system. The helicopter will alert us. We'll feel this. Oh no, it's gonna blow. So as long as that doesn't happen, we're okay. Nah, the last time the volcano actually erupted, the dinosaurs were here. About 100 million years ago, so we shouldn't have to worry about it today. Say again? Yeah, no. But there are hiking trails and stuff on top of it, so people go risk their lives up there, I guess. But no, I won't go, I don't think. As we come on up, you'll see the cauldron of the volcano and then the bulge in the middle, if it ever does erupt again, which probably never. There it is. You're looking inside a volcano. They call it dormant, I guess, these days. They used to have extinct, active, and dormant, but after Mount St. Helens erupted, they thought it was extinct. They just name them dormant or active now. Across the lake through the V-cut in the mountains, some red rocks back there, and that area is called the Bowl of Fire. It's hard to see with the way the sun's shining right now, but you can make out the pinkish-colored rocks way back there through the V-cut in the Black Mountains. They filmed some movies out there that have taken place in Hollywood on Mars, such as Mission to Mars, The Red Planet, and the version of Total Recall that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And it's not the movie Arnie was in where he said, "Hurry through the choppers, get down, the bridges out." That was The Predator. It's also not the movie where he said, "It's not a tuba." That was The Kindergarten Cop. It's one where he's married to Sharon Stone. He shot her and he said, "Consider that a divorce." So if you never saw it, it was filmed out there. Maybe a couple bumps coming through the mountain range here, nothing to worry about. So as we cruise along the desert, be looking for wildlife. It's not uncommon for us to see bighorn sheep, mountain goats, horses, and donkeys here across the desert. Nevada has the largest wild horse population in the United States, with about, they estimate about 30,000 wild horses running around Nevada.
Where I find, I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize. All my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, I'm boring. So I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, I'm boring. So I'm taking my time on my ride.
That's right. We dancing with it this morning. It's a perfect song to dance to. That's why I got it on here. I like to get you guys ready for the club later. Man, already 32 degrees outside. Doesn't take long to warm up around these parts, huh? 8:35 in the morning, 32 degrees, no big deal. It's supposed to be like 43, 44 today. So, yeah. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's supposed to be 44 to 47, anywhere in between there. So, yeah, you guys get ready for the heat if you're going to be here through the weekend. Old 80s song. The heat is on. It's on the street. It will be hot this weekend. When you guys leaving? Friday? Oh, so you got to get out of here just in time. When you guys leaving? What day? Okay. So you're going to go home back to Switzerland on Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Okay. Stay at the pool or something. Find water. Stay inside where it's air conditioned. I don't know. Say again? LA on Friday? Okay. Yeah, well, that's good. It's nice and cool in LA. It'll only be probably, well, depending on if this little heat wave moves its way over to LA. But it'll probably be 22, 23 there. So, yeah, not too bad. That's a nice summer day for you guys home in the UK. Perfect, yeah. As we cruise on out there, way in the distance, left or right on the skyline, it's what you're here for, what you came to see, one of the natural wonders of the world. Niagara Falls. No, I'm joking, it's the Grand Canyon out there. Grand Canyon has 4 rims, and we're staring at the west rim out there on the skyline. We're going to go check it out, see what we can see up there at the Grand Canyon. The east rim, the north rim, and the south rim are the other 3 rims of the canyon. The south and the west rim are the 2 most popular parts of the Grand Canyon. The south used to be the most popular, but they built the skywalk out here at the west rim, and that's created a lot of people to start going out there. Plus, they got these helicopter rides that go out there. But just about 10 years ago, 15 years ago now, maybe, I guess, the skywalk didn't exist, and you really wouldn't drive out to the west rim of the Grand Canyon. So people would drive from Vegas all the way to the south rim, which is about 7.5 hours each way. Now you can drive out to the Grand Canyon about 3 hours each way. So, say again. Why is not a fly over the south rim? Yeah, if you go to the south rim, you can fly around above, but you can't land down inside. So a lot of people, because they want to go land inside the Grand Canyon, they won't go down to the south rim. And then from here, from the west rim to the south rim is pretty far. So if you're going to do it from Vegas on a helicopter, it'd be very expensive. So some people will do it on a plane because it'll be about the same price as a helicopter flight, but you stay above the Grand Canyon by about 2,000 feet the whole time, so you don't really ever get to see. It's just like looking down in a hole. You're like, oh, wow, that's cool down there. It really kind of looks like that over there, from way up above. It really does. There's a river that runs through the middle, and you're looking down a canyon. You're like, wow, that's really cool. I wish I was down inside there so I could see how cool it is. But, yeah, the South Rim, they do have, like, if you drive out to the South Rim, they do have helicopter rides that people do, and they'll just fly around the top. They'll land up there. It's kind of lame. Nothing like this. This is so cool because you get to actually be inside the Grand Canyon and see how big the place is, because it's like anything. You're in Vegas, you're walking around, you're like, oh, we'll just walk to the hotel next door. And like 30 minutes later, you're like, did we walk backwards to get there? I mean, what happened? It got further away as you started walking because everything's so big, you don't realize how far everything is. It's like each of those hotels is like a half a mile wide in the front. So, from the front to the next one, you're walking about a half mile. It takes you 15, 20 minutes. So. Plus, you got to go this way and that way and that way and this way. Over there, that's Temple Bar Marina. Temple Bar Marina is same as a place in Ireland and Dublin called Temple Bar, but no relation. So don't get too excited. But they do have a little airport out there. It's about an hour and a half drive from Las Vegas. The people from Vegas love to come out here. Early in the season, they'll bring their boats. They'll leave them out here. That way they don't have to trailer them all the time. They'll come hang out and see the boats down there in the cove. So that's why the people come over here, because it's pretty quiet on this side of the lake, never too crowded. You come out here, scuba dive, jet ski, water ski, fish, whatever you want to do, camp in the various little coves. That Temple Bar Marina does have one thing in common with Temple Bar Ireland. They sell Bloody Marys and burgers. So, yeah. I was out there this morning at the airport. I was a little hungover from last night's activities. Got myself a Bloody Mary so I could fly straight for you guys. And that's why there's no lines in the sky. They don't want you to know if you drew the drunk pilot, you'd see me swerving everywhere. You'd get nervous. You'd want to jump out. Use your parachutes. Then you'd realize on the way down it's just a life jacket, so it's no good. So now, as we're flying along, and I had some nervous Nellies ready to fly, you guys are going, wow, there's nothing to be nervous about. This is way better than an airplane, huh? Yeah, that's what everybody says. You know, the thing is that the guy that's flying you around, he's not behind a door and you don't see him until the end. And not only that, you got all these windows so you see everything. It's nice. As we've noticed along the way, it's pretty desolate out here. No houses, no roads, no hotels. And it's not because it's the desert, because you see Vegas is just fine. Actually, this place seems it'd be suited better to have homes because of the water. But that's why there is no home. That's why there are no homes here. The government, when the lake filled up, made the land national land to protect it so that it wouldn't get taken over with homes and stuff like that, taken away from the natural state of the beautiful land. So you're not allowed to build out here, which is pretty cool because those flat mountains that are out there on our right, those are called buttes. And those buttes used to have a round top or a pointed top, but over millions of years, they're in the right spot. That wind and rain erosion has knocked the tops off of them, so you can actually see the wind waves on top of the mountains over there. So that's a natural occurrence, which is really neat. Those things would be built on with homes, you know. They'd have a beautiful view of the lake. Nobody'd be above them. So it's good. We get to see that stuff. The other thing they did when they made this national land is they shut the mines down that are out here. In front of us, that little mountain is called the Joker's Mine, and it's an old silver mine. When we fly by Joker's Mine, we might get a couple bumps from the wind, but nothing to worry about. And on our left here is the King Tut Mine, which is an old gold mine. The two mines were mined for gold and silver until the government shut them down in the 1940s. They shut them down, and nobody's been allowed to mine in them since, which is pretty crazy because they say there's millions of pounds of silver and gold still in the two mines. And we're $19 trillion in debt here in the U.S., so you figure if we'd come look for the gold and silver, we could pay the debt off, then we wouldn't have to worry about Trump running for president, and everybody would be happy. But I got a feeling, it's a feeling that's worth dying for. But if you guys are really interested, you guys could drive yourselves out to Temple Bar, rent a jet ski or a boat, get yourselves a Bloody Mary and a hamburger, and come out here and try to find the entrance to the mines and see if you can go find some gold and silver. Because it is out there, and it's like they said in the Wild Wild West, there's gold in our heels. So in front of us is the Grand Canyon. It's one of the natural wonders of the world. It's so big you can see it all the way from outer space. From start to finish, the Grand Canyon measures 277 miles or 420 kilometers long. The Grand Canyon's widest point is 18 miles wide or just under 30 kilometers wide. And the highest peak of the Grand Canyon above the Colorado River is about 7,500 feet or 2.4 kilometers above the river. We're going to enter the Grand Canyon about 4,500 feet above the river, about 1.5 kilometers above the river. So we're going to be way up there. The river that runs through the middle of the canyon is called the Colorado River, and it comes from the state of Colorado. When the Spaniards were in the Americas in the 1700s, they named the states as they saw fit. So Colorado, they named it because it actually means red dirt, and there's a lot of red dirt around Colorado. Well, coming down the western slope of the Colorado Rocky Mountains is the Rio de Colorado, or the Colorado River. So it'd be the Red Dirt River. If you look over there to our left, you see the red dirt coming into the lake. That is the Colorado River entering into Lake Mead. And that is what's filling up Lake Mead. About 90% of the lake is filled up from that river right there, doing most of the work. Without the Hoover Dam, no lake here at all. It'd just be that river running through this whole area. And you can see how narrow the river is, so that's what the lake would look like without the dam in place. It'd just be a river. And you see the banks of the river are pretty fertile. The green grass out there, a lot of stuff's dead from the heat right now, but you do see green here and there. That's important because there are natives who still live in the canyon off of the river like they have been doing since the late early 1500s, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And no 2 years does it ever look the same down there. That's always changing as the water comes out, and depending on how much rain or snow melts, that changes directions coming out of there. Little marina that we're crossing over now is more of a boat launch than anything. We got our own private road up to the top, and it's for the town that's over there on the right about 2 o'clock. That town over there is called Mead, and they got their name because of their activities that go on there. It's a nudist colony. 1,200 people live there naked. Get it? Mead, the largest nudist colony in the United States. Yeah, so on the way home, if you guys are interested, we could stop by to see what's up. No, it's not a nudist colony. We'll talk about the town on the way home, though. It is called Mead. I'll tell you why they got the name on the way home. Up on top of the hill here, you'll see a big X that's going to come into view. The big X marks the spot. During the 1940s, during World War II, the military came out here to teach their pilots how to land and take off the boats. And they did that because they'd never done it before, and they had the big lake they could practice their overwater training on. So they come out here, do their overwater training, and practice their boat landings and takeoffs. So they built this here as there's no water on either side, but they get the simulation of coming off of a boat deck. No water below to mess up and crash into. You just fly away. And the lake's close enough by that they could go do their practice overwater training. Way back behind us to the northwest, Area 51, Nevada test site, they could go drop bombs. That is where they tested the nuclear weapons back in the 1940s, and it is where they hide the aliens and the UFOs. If you ever saw the movie Thelma and Louise, it's where they drove their car off the cliff. So the car's still down there. Thelma and Louise are out. They're all right. Don't you worry about them. They weren't hurt in the making of the movie. Down below the left front, it is the Colorado River now. No more Lake Mead, just the river. And the river's still home to Native Americans who found this place in the late early 1500s, decided to live off of it because it had everything they needed. Water for fishing, for hunting, for drinking, for growing crops. And when it was hot, they could cool off by the water's edge. In the wintertime, it was never below freezing down there, so it was a perfect place for them to live. A lot of caves within the Grand Canyon so they could get away from the elements. They knew the canyon well so they could hide from anybody looking for them. Perfect place for them to live, and even today, 500 years after they found the canyon, there are natives who still live off the canyon that same way. They hunt, they fish, they grow crops. Now, they do lease their land to the government, and then in return, the government gives them supplemental food, water, clothing, and housing. Modular homes with electricity. So they live mostly like they used to, but somewhat with a little bit of niceties. The natives who live like that are about 80 miles or 120 kilometers into the canyon, so we aren't going to see them here today where we're going. Where we're going, the Wallapai tribe own this area of the canyon, and they're normal people like you and I, drive cars, go to school, go to work. At the height of the tribe, there were about 30,000 members. Today, there's only about 3,000 members. Instead of leasing their land back to the government like the native counterparts do, they lease it to all the tour agencies, and that's what allows the buses and the helicopters to come into the Grand Canyon. Helicopter is the only way down into the canyon unless you hike or take a kayak, so this is a much better way. And it's the only place in the entire canyon that you can go below the rim and land inside of, thanks to the Wallapai tribe. Without them, it wouldn't be possible, so that's really cool. In front of us here, left to right, these are the Grand Wash Cliffs. They mark the 277-mile mark or the 420-kilometer mark, the geographical end of the Grand Canyon. But for you guys today, it does mark the beginning. As we get ready to fly into the canyon, think about the natives and what they were thinking when they found this place so long ago. No houses, no hotels, no roads, no helicopters, no brochures, no way to know this place existed. Walking along, they got to the edge, they stopped, they looked over, and they said, whoa. Got down to the bottom, found the river, the one-stop shop for life. They were excited, they screamed, yippee. Looked from where they started, they said, whoa. So imagine that, because even with all you know about the canyon today, you'll be overwhelmed, you'll be in awe, you'll be speechless, your breath will be taken away. You might even say, wow, because it's the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to stop talking for 2 whole minutes. I know you didn't think that could be possible, but it's true. Let you sit back, relax, enjoy the sights, the scenery, and the music without hearing me babble. So without further ado, welcome you to the most beautiful place on the planet, the Grand Canyon of Arizona. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Alrighty, back with you guys. Off the nose there, the point is called Guano Point. Guano Point got its name because there are 2 towers on it, which are called the Bat Towers. They used to have a cable extend across the canyon above the bend in the river where there's a cave, the Bat Cave. They'd send a cable car down into the Bat Cave, fill the cable car up with bat guano, and bring it back to the point right there to harvest it, hence the name Guano Point. Bat guano is just a nice way to say bat poo, and they wanted the bat poo because it was rich with nitrogen. With the nitrogen-rich bat poo, they'd make things like bombs, fertilizer, and ladies' makeup. Still using bat poo and eyeliner, mascara, lipstick today, ladies. I know you both have been told you're beautiful the way you are. You don't need that crap on your face. You now know it's the truth.
I watched them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
When we cross this next point, you guys will look up and to the right, and you will see the Grand Canyon Skywalk. Grand Canyon Skywalk has a 30-meter or 90-foot unsupported platform. Hangs off the canyon. People stand on it, and they look down through the glass platform 650 meters or 2,000 feet into the canyon. Coming up on the right, there it is.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty.
Grand Canyon Skywalk.
Also,
All the people that are up there this morning are going, man, we should have went on a helicopter.
see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more.
So we are now officially inside one of the natural wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon of Arizona. This canyon was carved out somewhere between 50 and 100 million years ago. Some scientists say maybe as long ago as 1.2 billion years. Carved out by water, whether it was the seafloor, whether it was glaciers melting, whether it was a big earthquake splitting the earth and then letting the water run through, or whether the canyon was full of sandstone and limestone to the top with the river running along the top,
It's like an automatic climb.
etching its way through until it finally got to where it is today. If that was the process, it took 7 to 9 million years.
Just waiting.
Canyon walls would indicate the different water levels, anywhere from 15 meters or 50 feet up to about 100 meters or 300 feet, indicating water levels from flash flood, freeze, drought, or just standard water levels.
So pretty.
Down by the riverbanks, green vegetation as things grow easily down there. Things have been growing easily down there for a long time. And that's how the natives survive here and why they still do survive here. Off the canyon floor, about 60 miles or 100 kilometers up the river that way.
Really say, I love you. I love you.
We're just moments away from touching down, where we will spend an hour together here in the Grand Canyon and have a breakfast together. The first 10 minutes or so, you guys, I encourage you to walk around, take pictures, get photos and stuff while I set the table up for breakfast. It takes me about 10 minutes. Then I'll serve you guys breakfast. I'll be your waiter while we're here. I do the transformation as I get out of the helicopter and turn into a waiter. I'll also be the busboy, so when you guys are done, I'll clean up your food and your drinks. You can drink on the helicopter ride back, so if you don't finish your drinks, please don't slosh them down. You can enjoy them right here on the helicopter on the way back.
At last.
When we have about 20 minutes left, I will let you guys know. About the other time, when the other two helicopters arrive, we'll have about 30 minutes left, so that'll be a good timer for you guys. Then I'll give you about a 10-minute heads up from there, and we'll get started ready to go, being off the ground here in about an hour. So while we're out here, you guys don't need the yellow vests. You guys can leave them in here. Those are for landing in the water. We're on the ground in the desert, so you don't need them. Besides, if you wear them, people are going to wonder why you wore a life jacket in the desert, and you don't want to have to explain that. The bushes out here are pokey, so if you lean on them, push on them, they're going to poke you. If you push each other into them, you'll get pokies places you don't want. If that happens, I'm not using my teeth. I have no tweezers either, so go ahead and feel free to walk around. Nothing will really hurt you out here. Just be careful. The ground is a little jagged and sharp and slippery. If you need to use the restroom while we're here, since we're going to be here for so long, there are plenty of restrooms around. They're open and they're unisex, so feel free to use them wherever you're comfortable. As soon as everything's done spinning, I'll open the doors and let you guys out. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to this marvelous place known as the Grand Canyon.